Are you smart? Or are you smart? Right now I'm not smart. Because I look awful. But that's complete authenticity for you. This video is all about emotional intelligence. Are you smart? Or are you wise? That's another way of putting that. I believe your IQ says so much about your smarts, but your wisdom says so much about your emotional intelligence. Or let's rewind. Your IQ says so much about your smarts, and your emotional intelligence says so much about your wisdom. Thank you. So, in this video, let me share three things. One, the components of emotional intelligence. Two, a startling statistic that I just absolutely love. And three, a story. Y'all love stories. I love stories. So, emotional intelligence. The components are self-competence and social competence. And social competence includes empathy and social skills. And self-competence includes self-regulation and self-awareness. How much are you aware with yourself, your weaknesses and your strengths? And self-regulation, how much can you hold back your emotions, meaning you're not that quick to anger before you're appropriate. Refer back to communication, the communication video, but you've got communication competence. You think before you talk. That's how you can regulate. So, an awesome statistic that I just love is that people with IQ, or let me rewind again. 30% of people with a higher IQ outperform people with emotional intelligence 70% of the time. 70% of people with emotional intelligence outperform people with IQ 30% of the time. Wait a second. Let me rewind again. Sorry. Because you're getting complete authenticity. Sometimes my brain needs to be more awake. But anyway, somebody else who would be a perfectionist would not like this, but that's not what I'm going for. So, the statistic, and I believe you've got the idea already, maybe you don't, but the statistic is that people with high IQs outperform people with emotional intelligence 30% of the time, and people with high emotional intelligence outperform people with high IQ 70% of the time. So I might have just repeated that twice. Hopefully you can glean more from that second example. The point of that is that emotional intelligence is wisdom, and it outperforms people with high IQ almost two times as much. So that's why I'd like to think I possibly, I wouldn't say outperform, but that's why I'm such a success in life, I think. To complement that into a story, thank goodness for emotional intelligence. If there was just IQ, I'm a smart guy from time to time. But it's more about emotional intelligence for me. And that statistic says that its emotional intelligence is more about life, or 2 times as much, 2 times more important to life than IQ. I might edit this video. It sounds kind of confusing. I may not. So, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. This is the wise, abled, disabled guy signing out. Thank you so much for watching this confusing video. It's not that confusing. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or Quasimodos, let me know.